The send-off of NASA's Explorer tests resembled the beginning of an astonishing excursion into space. It demonstrated the way that we can watch out for Earth as well as everything in our planetary group and then some. These amazing spacecraft continue to provide scientists with brand new and stunning information about space, even after 46 years. In spite of the fact that their memory is 3 million times less than that of our cell phones and they're multiple times more slow than our quickest 5G web association, these amazing tests actually lead the manner in which in investigating space. In addition, Voyager 1 has recently made an impossible discovery in interstellar space that casts doubt on our preconceived notions regarding the universe. It found something so uncommon that researchers are left scratching their heads. However, what exactly did it discover and how does it alter our perspective on the universe? Let's discover. Something amazing happened on a special day in 1977, September 5th, from Cape Canaveral in Florida. Voyager 1 was launched by a powerful Titan IIE/Centaur rocket into space. Only 15 days after the fact, on August 20th, 1977, Explorer 2 participated, beginning its experience into the universe. Their fundamental occupation was to look at the huge gas planets in our planetary group, similar to Jupiter and Saturn, and the moons around them. But you know what? These space explorers did an amazing job. They went way out into our astronomical area, breaking bunches of records on their surprising long excursion. They've been going longer than some other rocket ever, and they've gone farther from Earth than anything people have made previously. They even went into a spot called interstellar space, which is like going into an entirely different piece of our cosmic system that nobody investigated previously. These space pioneers, Explorer 1 and Explorer 2, are in excess of 12 billion miles from us now, yet they keep on astonishing researchers with the astounding things they're figuring out there. The Explorer twin tests have done some magnificent stuff. Over a long time back, they checked out at the moons of Jupiter and Saturn and completely shocked researchers. In contrast to our moon, these other moons are alive with activity, contrary to popular belief. In 1986, Voyager 2 was the first of the twins to pass by Uranus, and only 3 years later it flew by Neptune. However, here's a fascinating thing: the main shuttle has at any point done that. NASA is employing a few ploys to ensure that these spacecraft continue to function as they travel on their incredible journey. They switched off certain things they didn't require, similar to additional parts and warmers, to save power. This ensures that these spacecraft will continue to function effectively until at least 2030. It's a mixture of joy and sadness for the scientists and engineers who have been a part of this amazing adventure from the beginning. They really buckled down, and presently, when they thought the Explorer missions were practically finished, a stunning revelation rose up out of space. The data sent back by Explorer 1 and its twin space apparatus has turned into a goldmine for researchers. They ignited lots of disclosures and got individuals amped up for space. These are two shuttles that were assembled extra cautiously, similar to stable stages, so they could take clear pictures and accumulate information while zooming through space. Their images were already awe-inspiring to scientists before they reached the outer planets. Explorer 1 began sending pictures of Jupiter despite the fact that it was still far away from the planet. Individuals at NASA's Fly Impetus Research Facility got energized when they saw the main photos of Jupiter's whirling mists and the popular incredible red spot. In any case, the pivotal turning point came when the explorers found something astounding on Jupiter's moon Io. It turned out to be the most active volcano in the entire solar system on this moon, which was slightly larger than Earth's moon. Explorer 1's devices got abnormal signs from Io, and the photos they took showed colossal volcanic emissions and stuff flying out into space. Pele, one of Io's volcanoes, erupted to heights even higher than Mount Everest and covered an area nearly as large as France. Over 33,000 images of Jupiter and its moons were taken by the Voyager spacecraft together. They showed how shocking Jupiter is and every one of the various scenes on its moons. Before this new and seriously stunning revelation, these twin space apparatus had been finding marvelous things since they began their outing. Another enormous amazement was figuring out Jupiter has rings, in spite of the fact that they're not exceptionally brilliant. This disclosure made Jupiter significantly seriously fascinating. Additionally, Europa, one of Jupiter's 53 moons, was discovered to have a 60-mile thick icy shell by Voyager 2. These disclosures made researchers reevaluate their opinion on these distant things in space and got them inquisitive about whether cold moons like Europa could be spots where life could exist. The gravity of Jupiter gave the Voyagers a powerful kick as they left Jupiter, propelling them towards Saturn. This kick was incredibly significant on the grounds that it assisted them with breaking liberated from the Sun's draw and continue onward into space. After that, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 parted ways and traveled to new locations. Explorer 1 drew near to Saturn's moon Titan, which has a sort of orange foggy air around it. Researchers became inquisitive about Titan's secrets, so they concentrated on its confounded science. Then, Explorer 1 got some distance from different planets and began going past our planetary group. Voyager 2, on the other hand, also had some amazing adventures. In 1986, it flew by Uranus and tracked down 10 new moons, adding to the absolute count. After 3 years, it arrived at Neptune, showing us the astonishing things about this distant ice monster. Explorer 2 even estimated breezes on Neptune going as quick as 1,000 miles per hour, the quickest ever on a planet in our planetary group. The spacecraft provided us with new and amazing information about Neptune when it got within 2,980 miles of the planet. Neptune's greatest moon, Triton, ended up being quite possibly of the coldest spot in our nearby planet group, with temperatures decreasing to a freezing 391 degrees Fahrenheit. Triton additionally had these cool ice volcanoes that shot out nitrogen gas and frosty stuff into its dainty air. All of these discoveries made us realize how distinct and fascinating even the farthest planets and moons in our solar system can be. Envision a space experience story, and one individual who had a major effect in moving it along was the popular stargazer Carl Sagan. He was important for the group that took pictures for the Explorer mission, and he needed to snap one final arrangement of pictures prior to switching off the cameras. These photos would resemble an extraordinary gift for everybody on the planet, a last glance at our home from far out in space. Sagan persevered and succeeded. On Valentine's Day in 1990, Explorer 1 turned its camera back towards the inward planetary group and took 60 pictures. The pale blue dot is the most well-known one. It was taken from 3.8 billion miles away, making it the farthest picture at any point taken of our planet. Earth appears to be a tiny, pale blue dot in the vast space surrounding it in the image. Indeed, even following 40 years, these shuttle are still out there, sending us significant data from the farthest pieces of room. Presently, we should discuss something a cycle old-fashioned. The Explorer tests utilize an old 8-track tape framework. Yes, that is what you heard. In the 1970s, 8-track tapes were huge, and these probes are still rocking them. The fact that these old tapes were still able to do the job just goes to show how smart the people who planned this mission were. You might be wondering, however, why 8-track tapes? Indeed, that is a story worth hearing. In the beginning of investigating space, the sort of computerized stockpiling we use today was simply beginning, so they required something extreme and dependable to store significant information. Those 8-track tapes ended up being the ideal decision. Considerably really fascinating that the data on these tapes isn't simply customary music. It's important science information about planets, moons, and space between the stars. Yes, these tapes contain the solutions to some of the universe's greatest mysteries. Presently, contemplate this. The Explorer rocket face insane things like astounding hot and cold temperatures, space radiation, and the vacancy of room. Be that as it may, obviously, these old adventurers continue to press onward. It resembles sending your grandparents on an undertaking in Antarctica, and besides the fact that they get by, however they flourish. The Explorer missions had this magnificent move called gravity help moves. Imagine that 2 daring space explorers, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, were on a significant mission to investigate the outer reaches of our solar system. They needed a little help, something more than just their engines, to reach these far-flung locations and gather crucial data. This is where gravity aids come in, and it's like dancing in space. Rather than just utilizing their motors, these shuttle did this cool heavenly hit the dance floor with a portion of the planetary group's huge planets. They slingshot themselves forward, saving fuel and getting the speed they needed to visit a lot of different places thanks to the giant's strong pull. Let's get back to the fundamentals now. Gravity assist, also known as a gravitational slingshot, aims to accelerate a spacecraft as it passes by a planet. Envision Explorer 1 moving up to Jupiter, a tremendous gas monster with a draw to match its size. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory worked hard to ensure that Voyager 1 passed Jupiter at just the right angle and speed. Jupiter's gravity pulled at the shuttle, making it speed up, like a space power-up. However, the tricky part is that there is a trade-off. At the point when Explorer 1 got that speed support, Jupiter lost a piece of its energy. Simply a smidgen. Yet no problem, since Jupiter's so large it scarcely felt it. Voyager 1 received the extra speed it needed to accelerate in the direction of Saturn and beyond. Similar to what happened when Voyager 2 encountered Uranus and Neptune, it received a slight push from each to continue moving. The Voyagers were able to view a number of planets without running out of power thanks to these carefully designed gravity assists. What exactly did Voyager 1 discover, and why is this significant? Explorer 1 gave researchers lots of information. It's conveying messages back to Earth, which require 17 hours to arrive, telling researchers about the space around it. But then Voyager 1 discovered something unexpected. A magnetic force field in a place where they thought there shouldn't be one, and an enigmatic energy field in space. This is no joking matter since it challenges what we are familiar space. Researchers are currently attempting to sort out how it arrived, what it means, and what else could be hanging out in space. So what's the point? Since this disclosure by Explorer 1 changes all that we assumed we had some awareness of room and the universe. It provides new perspectives on the universe, new hypotheses, and new possibilities. Explorer 1 has shown us that even following 46 years, there are as yet many shocks out there. And who knows what other incredible discoveries we might make as we continue our space exploration. What different secrets are ready to be unwound? The experience is not even close to finished.